Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so from today, I'm going to start a new Python playlist where we are going to talk about from very basics what all Python knowledge one should have to be successful as a data analyst, data scientist, data engineer, etc. We will be starting from the very basic topics in Python like how to install Python, how to install Jupyter Notebook, and then try to see what are the various variables, data types, lists of different packages that are usually used to do data science activities, and then slowly build upon it and move towards very advanced knowledge. Okay, so let's start with the video. So Python is a programming language that is used extensively and widely for data science activities. And there are some things that we should know about Python, that it is a general purpose. So almost anything that you want to do, you can do using Python. It is open source and therefore it is free to use, so you don't have to pay anything for using Python or writing code in Python. There are tons and tons of libraries for data science, and with each passing day, it is the number of libraries are growing day by day. Even you can write a Python package and publish it, right? And people can use it. So that is why Python is a very versatile programming language and one of the favorites of all the data scientists and data analysts out there. Okay, how do we use Python? Right, so you can basically or majorly there are two ways to use Python. If you are on a Mac, you can write a Python script and directly use run the Python script on terminal. Or if you are a Windows user or you have a Windows laptop, then on the command prompt, directly through the command line, you can basically directly run the Python script. But think about a person who is trying to learn data science. So obviously it will be very difficult if you have a 50 or 100 lines of Python script written, and it would be very difficult for him or her to go line by line and understand like what the entire Python script is doing. So to start with it, we should always focus on similar or simple tasks, right? So that is why the second way of using Python is using some interactive environment like this, like Jupyter Notebook. So it's beneficial because it helps you understand your code line by line, unlike terminals where you have to execute the entire script in one go. It's easy to debug as well, right? So if when you run the entire Python code in interactive environment like this, so it will tell you, okay, in which cell there is an error. So it's very easy to understand, right? Also, if you don't know how to download Anaconda, I will provide the link in the description below. You can just click on it and download this Anaconda distribution, and you can simply go ahead and launch this Jupyter Notebook, and then like you will be reaching the same interface, right? Okay, so let's start with the very basic Python, right? So Python can be used to do a number of things, and from the very basic, like it can be used to do basic arithmetic, right? So let's say we can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. So like if you write 3 plus 4, right, and then just simply run this. To run this, you press shift or enter, shift plus enter, right? So here you like 3 plus 4 7, you can do subtraction, right, multiplication, division, everything can be done. There is one operator called modulo. So it basically when we write a modulo b, so it basically divides a by b and returns you the remainder. So when you divide 3 by 2, so 2 times 1 is 2 and the remainder remaining is 1, right? So 3 mod 2 should give you 1, right? Exponential, so how you do exponential powers, right? So to do that, you write the base and then 2 asterisks and the exponent, right? So it is basically 2 to the power 3, right? So 2 to the power 3 is 8. So this is one. Okay, so after the basic arithmetic, let's move on to the variables and different data types used in Python. why do we need, or what is the use of variables, right? So variables are used to assign values while you are coding, right? Basically makes your code reproducible. What I mean by that, right? So here, like, let's say I assign, so this is a variable called base, where I'm assigning a value 2, an exponent where I'm assigning the value 3, and then I'm just, let's say base to the power of exponent, right? So I need to calculate, let's say 2 to the power of 3. So when I run this, it is going to give me 8. Now let's say someone comes and says, oh, okay, but I want 2 to the power 6. What is 2 to the power 6? You don't need to, change a lot of things here. All you need to change is the value of the exponent. So 2 to the power 6, 64, right? So you see, it is very reproducible. It's very easy to make changes in these cases. And that is why you use variables, right? Here, one thing you should note is that you don't need to assign the data type, right? Python automatically detects it. What I mean by that is you don't have to write, unlike if you have worked with C, C++, right? So you might have to write int2, right? So you need to declare the variable type, data type, right? But here you don't need to do that. You just simply write it, and like Python knows, okay, so this is an integer, this is a float, this is a string, etc. Right? And secondly, the variable assignment is dynamic. What I mean by that is, so here we assign the value of 2 to the variable base, right? So obviously when I return what is the value of base at this point in time, it is 2. But let's say I again go ahead and write base is equal to 3. So it is not going to throw an error because the variable assignment is dynamic in Python. So if I run this, it will just give me the next value, right? Okay. So after variables, let's go ahead with data types. So basically the types of data a variable can hold or reference to, right? So for example, integer data type, float, or real number. So when there is an integer as well as a decimal value, string, boolean, date time, etc., etc. And how do you know the data type in Python? You use the type function, right? So here the last value stored was 3, right? So 3 is an integer. So when I return what is the type of base or type of base variable, so it should be integer. So int, this should be the output, right? Similarly 3.2, it is a float or a real number, right? So when I run this, it is going to return float. This is a string. So here if I run this, it is going to return me str, which means string. This is a boolean value, right? True or false. So true and false. So obviously when I return the type of C is going to be boolean values or bool. Okay. Now please note this. Data types are important and why they are important, right? So let's go ahead and look at this, right? So here I have assigned the values of 2 to A and 3 to B. And when I do A plus B, so it is basically sum of two integers, right? So A plus B, 2 plus is equal to 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, right? But if I assign, instead of integer values, string values to these variables, then what is going to be the output? It is not going to be 5 in this case. So here it is 2, 3. So string 2, 3. So when we use the plus operator to sum two integers, it acts like basic arithmetic. But when we use the same plus operator for strings, it concatenates them, right? So it joins them basically, right? Similarly, when I do, true plus false, so what do you think it is going to return? 1. Why? Because true is 1 and false is 0. So you see, false plus false should be 0. True plus 1. Now true is a boolean value and this is an integer, right? So once I do this, what should be the output? 2. Because true is equal to 1 and 1 plus 1 is 2. Now what will this return? So a string plus and integer. So here we saw that two different data types, boolean and integer, it ran perfectly, there was no error. But here if you add a string to an integer, it is going to throw an error. So you see, this gives an error that can only concatenate string to string, right? Here I am trying to concatenate a string with an integer, right? So that is a problem. But this will work. Here it says string 2 multiplied by 3. So Python reads it as string 2 3 times. So it is going to basically return 2, 2, 2, right? So you see, this is very important in this Python, that you should play around with this and see what is possible and what is not possible, or what is going to throw an error. Also, there are different types of errors which you can, use to debug codes. So here it says type error. So there is something related to the type of the input that we are giving. Also there are name errors and different types of errors which you can, use to see like what is the problem here, right? So let's say in the entire notebook, I have not declared any variable name z, but let's say I say z here, right, and run this. So here it says name error, z is not defined. So you see, like, this is how you read and debug codes in Python. So yeah, this was the video, very basic Python, and in the next video we will be learning about list, how to slice and change list, how to declare a list, what is list, what are nested lists, etc, etc, right? So let me know if this video was useful, and until then I will see you guys in the next video.